back to Being a Fine Figure, and today, 8 years after the initial release of Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, we finally get the figures from Mcfarlane Toys for the movie. And today we will be unboxing the Batman in the armor suit Ben Affleck version. Figure that this is a line that we have been waiting for and asking for a long time, and we're glad we finally have it. We did get the Justice League version of these superheroes with Henry Cavill and Batman, but this is the version, this is the figures that I've actually wanted. I do have a regular Mcfarlane Dark Knight armor suit Batman, the Return of the Dark Knight, but this is one that I've actually been hoping for, and I'm glad they finally, better late than never, I always say, we finally got our hands on one. So anyway, as we do here on the channel, I am going to get this figure out of the packaging, and I will be right back. All right, now that the figure is unboxed and out of the packaging, we will quickly go over the accessories. And of course, every Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure comes with a handy dandy stand there with the DC logo on it. It's great. It does come in handy for those figures with loose joints or having a hard time standing up, like the female characters. It also comes with the data file or trading card, as some people want to call it. And of course, there's an image there, the same as the one in the back, of Ben Affleck in his armor suit from the movie Dawn of Justice, and a little blog there, not too much to it. So if you want to read it now. But yeah, don't really have a lot. Again, never have use for those. And we did get the extra set of hands. Now, it didn't come with that spear, which, you know, that's the whole point. But I did have the 2-pack of Doomsday and Superman, reissue the Superman. So stay tuned for the channel, because I haven't opened it, so I will not be displaying the spear with him. So yeah, so stay tuned, because that video is coming out soon. Just been a little busy, but yeah, it comes with an extra hand. It does come with one fist and an open hand. So I guess the armor Batman only gets to punch with one hand. Now, it's a great looking figure, but right off the bat, when I took it out, it took me a while to get him in the standing position. The ankles are very loose. So it gave me a hard time. These, especially this one here, was like very loose. This one here is a little wonky. I am afraid, like, it looks like it might be breaking down there at the joint there inside of that ball joint. So I'm going to be extra careful with that one. I'm trying not to move it. I am moving it side to side, but I am not forcing it down, because I have a feeling that it's just going to snap off. Quality control, guys, please. I mean, this one here is like very loose, so I don't know if it's because of the heaviness of the top, but yeah, it was a little loose. Now, overall, I do like the battle damage on the whole suit. I mean, they did a good job. I don't remember it being this gray, but then again, it was a dark movie, so you really couldn't tell. I know that it did, in fact, have gold on the belt, here on these spikes there on his gauntlet and in the boots, but it would, you know, because of the darkness, you really couldn't tell. But if you look really close, it is in there. It kind of looks like a little rose gold type color, but it is there. So I'm glad that they at least highlighted it a little bit better. I would have preferred it be a little darker if they went with a little more black on it. But it looks pretty good. Again, the movie, it had a dark tone to it, so pretty much everything was dark in the movie. But it looks good. How I feel about the gray cape, obviously, because it is silver, you know, the whole armor suit, it doesn't look too bad. I think it was torn. It looked like he just pulled one of the drapes on the suit. But as you can see, it's because of what they did. The strands or the threads come off easily, so I'm gonna have to be careful, because by the time you know it, the threads are gonna completely loosen up. So I think this is a figure that once I put it on display, I will not be touching it, because just when I try to maneuver it around, threads just come down. They just come right out. So yeah, I wish they would have just you know, just give us a regular flat one like the cape from the other ones. But I get it. I mean, you get the whole theme of it. But other than that, it's a wired cape, so it's actually pretty good. And of course, the scope on it, it actually looks closer to Ben Affleck than the other figures that we've gotten in the past. And I like the, you know, the fact they did the eyes and make it look like like the lights are on, that lighted version of his eyes. And then of course there's like battle damage, scrapes and scars and stuff and dents all over the suit, which is great. Of course he has the strap here, which if I'm not mistaken, it was the strap where he had his gun attached to it, and then he kind of like swung it around and started shooting those kryptonite type bullet type gas against Superman. So to have this on and not have the actual gun that that cannon gun that he had, it's kind of a letdown. And now I know that with there is that version of that 2-pack that I kind of missed out, but I'm still debating, do I really want it anyway? With the Nightmare Batman with the guns and stuff, I don't know, maybe I would see what I can do. But yeah, the whole purpose of this was holding that gun in his back, and he swung it over, if I'm not mistaken, and shot Superman. But, having this on it without a gun strapped to the back, yeah, kind of defeats the purpose. So I would have preferred if they would have just given us the plain without the strap look anyway. But again, all these dents and damage, I mean, they did a good job. And of course, that the underneath layers that he has there under the suit is pretty good. The back, actually, they finished the whole paint. They didn't half-ass the utility belt paint on it, so it's actually pretty good. But yeah, the coloring between the silver plates and the bottom of the suit, they look really good. It looks really, really good. Again, my downfall is the cape. The threads are going to eventually get even worse with time. And then the loose joint on the feet. But other than that, all the other joints are actually pretty good. Nothing else is loose. Articulation on the head is actually pretty good. I mean, it's as far as you're going to get because of the little lifted collar in the back there. But he does get some good movement on the bottom. So obviously, if you're beating down on Superman, it's going to look good while you're forcing the fist. It is single. Yes, it is. Now, you do have the bicep swivels on it, but it is a single joint, and it is very hard. So, obviously, this one's loose. There it goes. There you go. So, it is single jointed. And you do get the double jointed knees. Excuse me, guys and girls. But it's actually pretty good, the thing. But they go with the single joints on it. So, still, it's a kind of a hefty figure, so I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me too much. I wish they would have just got me 2 fists and not 3 open hands and 1 fist. And again, everything else accurate to the movie as close as it's going to be. Again, you have to look at the movie really close to realize that is gold and it's in here. I'm trying to remember if this had gold on it, but probably not. But yeah, other than that, they did a good job. The details on it, the metal, it's been pretty good. I like the way where they, they had the darker tones on the suit itself, on the metal part. Like like the darker there looks there. Even this rubber piece, which looks a lot different than this piece, but actually they matched it up pretty good. The pegs little pegs there are pretty good. I wish they would have done a little silver on that one in there, but I mean, when you try to paint them on there, it probably would have got stuck. So. I'm glad that they went with this. But yeah, it's a nice looking figure. And again, the head sculpt on it is actually pretty good. Now this, again, like I said earlier, it's also my second Batman, Armor Batman. I did get that Dark Knight version from the Dark Knight Returns that he did several years ago. Yeah, I mean, the threads and the lint from the cape, it's all over the place. See if I can get him to stand up without falling. But yeah, let me get that to compare with that Batman. And here is that version, and I didn't get the regular version. I did get this blue version. I kind of like this blue version better. But in some ways, I think they pretty much use almost that same mold for it. Of course, you got the feet on the bottom are, they have the same spike at the bottom. This one has more. When I was looking at the hands, they actually have that same mold to the hands, so maybe they did use a little bit of this particular body for that. Obviously, it looks like it. It looks pretty much like they used this particular body, but I do like this version, and I do have the Supermans from it. It's actually pretty good. And in my Instagram, I remember doing a picture of them fighting and it actually came out pretty cool. So I can't wait to unbox that particular Henry Cavill Superman, because the other one just looks, I mean, I know it's the same, but it looks like they at least touched up the paint a little bit better. So we'll see. We'll see. From the packaging, it looks good. Let's see what happens when I open it up. Now, this to me is another Batman Ben Affleck that I add to my collection. Again, let's see if I can stand him up. You know what? Let's just put him on the stand because he just feels like he's gonna fall. And as you can see, I mean, it's just like that joint is very loose. So that to me is the only downfall. And again, the cape, I'm okay with the cape. I just shred it, look at the bottom, obviously. It's a good idea in theory, but eventually, you know, the threads they just come loose and they're falling all over, and I've already lost a few already. So anyway, here he is next to the first Justice League Batman version that I got, Ben Affleck version. Let's get rid of this. And then I might have to do that. You can see a little bit of my Green Lantern Corps up there with Croc, with Croc Master there. And of course, I did get the movie version from that movie 6-pack that they did without the goggles. And man, I need to dust these down a little bit, as you can see. And then I picked up that gray suit version. That's really from the Batman versus Superman. I mean, it wasn't so much from the Flash movie. And that was pretty good. I like that. So now I got those two versions, and you can recreate a lot with those. And then, of course, I do have, and I'll just for mentions, I do have the not look anything like Ben Affleck from the Flash movie. Man, really got to dust it down. It's been a while. I've been too busy. And then, of course, I just picked up that new blue and gray version from the Flash movie that I'm digging it. I like these colors better. But again, maybe look a little bit like, but no, not even close. I mean, not even close. I think to me, this version here looks a lot better. This is like true to Ben Affleck. I mean, it looks just like the actor there. This one kind of did okay. He's a little slimmed down on this one here. That one, it was kind of hit or miss. You do get the chin. This one here, you can make the argument, but these two, there's just no way. I mean, you don't see Ben Affleck in all of them, but these are all the Batman Ben Affleck versions in my collection. And I was thinking about maybe picking up one of those Mesco ones or a thing that looks really good. I know they're a little bit behind and it probably costs a lot more money now, but they just look real good. And, you know, I said I'd never get into those because just the price point. But, man, sometimes it's hard to, like, say no to something like that. But there you have it, guys. There's all my Ben Affleck versions from Justice League, Batman vs. Superman, Flash movie that Mcfarlane has so far dished out. I'm sure there might be one I might be missing or something. I don't know, maybe. The Nightmare ones. It is on order, so I'm hoping that it shows up anytime soon. I kind of missed out on it, but I was able to pick one up, so hopefully I'll get it soon. But other than that, that will complete all of them. So, as always, man, thank you for taking your time to watch my videos. And as always, continue to support each other, continue to be a fine figure, and I will see you later.